let him take it from here.
Hello, how are you guys doing today? First off, I want to give you a little background on how I got started with getting jobs. I first started after I graduated high school. My mom, she sat me down and she said, "Son, you got two choices." I said, "Okay." She said, "You can either go to college," one option. Second option is, if you're not going to go to college, you got to get a job. So I sat down with my teachers, my mother, and all that good stuff. Had my yearly end meeting, and we decided what we were going to try and put together and do. So we talked about college. Then after pondering that for a little while, I decided college was not for me. So I enjoyed the summer, played the rest of that out, because I was just new, coming out of high school. And in beginning of 2008, my first job was an assistant basketball coach. And how I got that job is through a job coordinating program. And what they do is they enroll you in this program, and you are put with somebody to help you fill out applications and go through the job interview process and all that. So I did that for a couple of months, and my boss, his name was Ronnie Grandison at the time, he got let go by his boss, and so that means I was out the door too. So he hired me, and I was back to square one again. So after a little bit of a time, because it's really hard to find jobs these days as it was back in 2008, 2009. So then I got hooked up with one kind of board of DD. So, and then I went from there I went to another job coordinator. His name was Tony. And Tony, I'm sorry, I skipped the part. Before Tony, I got a job at the YMCA, and I worked there for about 5 years as a security guy at the desk. I make sure people were swiping their cards and not sneaking in. You don't want that. So it did happen a couple of times, but yeah. So I did that for a few years, and I enjoyed it because I enjoyed the free membership and friendship and all that stuff. And then, but there was a time in 2000. I want to say just recently, started in 2009. I did that for about 5 years. So 2014, I had to move on because, me and my boss didn't see eye to eye, and that's not a good thing. So you gotta move on and get out. So, and then PS, I needed a job desperately because I just left Y. So PSP gave me another opportunity, and I did that for 2 years. And I loved the people I worked with, because I know there's a lot of people over here that I worked with. So let me make that clear. So, love you guys. So, great people. But I did not necessarily enjoy the quality of the job. I'm not the type of guy who sits in an office and answers phones. That's just not me. So you gotta find something while you're doing that task. And I told Paula, my program coordinator, I said, I don't mind the job because it's a job and it makes me money. It makes money and provides the dollar. So, but I'm not really happy with this. And so she hooked me up with Tony, and I got Tony Warfel at the time, was the job coordinator, and I got in touch with him, and we started going through daily. I was the busiest client by far, individual, whatever. kept hitting up all these interviews, and finally we come across Kings Island. And going the old long story short, I got a job at Kings Island, but that was only for the winter. And then about a year and a half ago, after the Kings Island closed, I got an interview at Mayo. So, long story short on that, went and did the interview. The day after Kings Island closed, bam, job at Mayo, greeted. So, and I've been there ever since, and it's been a wonderful job. So, it's been a blast. So, I've been there for a year and a half and couldn't be happier. But now that I've got that part out of the way, let me tell you, how many of you have kids with disabilities? Yeah, okay, cool. How many of you have kids that are ready to move out and live on their own? Okay, I can turn my focus on you. Anybody over here?
Move out. He's ready to move out.
Come
He's
up
got
with
it pretty good where he lives.
yeah, there you go. So, all right. So, how old's your kid?
20.
20. Okay. Is he ready to move out, or is he still living with mama?
He just finished the Project Search program through the
Okay.
Audubon Society. And
Okay.
he's trying to get a job right now. He's going through the mentor program. Where
Okay.
they're working with him to try to help him find a job.
Very good, very good. Yeah, all right. When are you, because when I moved out, I baby steps. So, do you want him to go right in and just be moved out, or would you like him to baby step?
I probably baby steps.
Yeah, that's your best option. If you want to see, first off, you're gonna go through an interview, and you're gonna see how high functioning his roommate is, and then your potential match is gonna be looking at you, seeing how high functioning he is. So if you guys match up, it could be a potential match. So depending on how high functioning his communication level is, they will match you up with. They won't match you up with a lower or higher. They'll match you up with right at his level. So you won't have to worry about, oh my gosh, is she gonna be in there with a higher or lower? You know, they're gonna make sure it's the same match. So that you don't have to worry about. Now, as far as that goes, they'll take care of that, and then they're gonna ask you the question, okay, well, what does he like to do? You know, like for example, I like to go out and, go to sports bars and hang out with my friends just like every normal, typical 20-something-year-old would. And, I just like to have a nice balance of daily life. Like I go out and play during the winter. I play sled hockey. So I do that quite often throughout the winter, and we do regular practices and regular games, and like we have tournaments in Columbus and Indiana. We travel, so it's been a lot of fun with that. So, but just because you think you get nervous because your kid's moving in all by himself and all that stuff, but that's the beauty of having caretakers, is that they'll try to make life as independently as possible for you by just, you have what's called one-on-one time, and they'll take care of you as far as whatever you want to do, whether it's grocery shopping, whether it's wanting to go see a movie, or whether it's wanting to go to a sports bar. He can pretty much do anything he wants, as long as it's within the hours. Like you have so many certain hours you can use that per that month. So you can do that as long as it's within the time of the hours. So it's pretty nice, really. Anybody else have any questions?
Alex, what's the hardest thing Yeah, what did you have to overcome? What's the hardest thing to overcome?
Like, that's a good question. Make me think. Probably, you know, just trying to, you know what, I really can't answer that question. I just take it as it comes. The hardest thing for me would probably have to be cooking at this point. But other than that, it's not, I don't really have any hard obstacles, really. So, yeah, that's really about it. Yeah.
How do you get your meals? Do you have like Meals on Wheels spring one day or anything like that? Or
Well, we have caretakers and,
you're going to help cook?
yeah, they help you, and, they can, you know, just tell them what you want as long as you get it at the grocery, and they will, help you,
Okay.
make them for you. But, yeah, that's really my only challenge at this point. Everything else I pretty much have mastered. I got the ramen mastered. I've got pretty much everything down. The other challenging part is like if I need to reach for a bowl, that can be down sometimes. But other than that, I got everything pretty much down.
Are you in an apartment or a house?
I'm in a duplex.
Duplex, okay.
Yeah, so not too bad. What's that? Is that you back there?
Yes, how you doing, Alex?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. I was gonna ask some of this question, like how do you do the journey? How do your roommates do that?
How do my roommates what?
How many roommates do you have?
I have one right now.
One, okay. Is
Yeah.
it possible for another, or?
We're working on that. We haven't had anybody recently come through the pipeline, but, right now we are currently working on that. Yes.
How did your mom handle you moving out?
She cried the very first night. And her husband said, calm down, you'll be fine. Yep. So, but, yeah, I was moved out by 24 and my girl was to be moved out by 25, so it was good. Yeah.
Your roommate was out by 25 and you were out by 24?
Yeah. I was out by 24, because I hit off so well with my two roommates at the time. I was like, yeah, I'm ready to move in. My mom was like, well, what do you want for dinner? I'm like, I'm not gonna be here, Mom. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. You're not gonna be here, okay? So, but yeah, out by 24 and ever since. So, yeah.
So how often do you have caretakers come in? Is it every day that you have somebody come in for a little
Yeah,
while?
we have around the clock care, because my roommate is a quadriplegic.
Okay.
Yeah, 30 paralyzed. So, yeah, so we have a rotating staff.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
I just heard you say the word pipeline. Did I miss that? What is pipeline?
Pardon me?
What is the word? You just said the word pipeline. What is that? Is it a program?
It's a term I use like it's a term I use like when we have roommates when we have potential matches. I just use that a lot. So.
So is that a website?
It's
she
just a
means
term that I use. I'm
Somebody's
sorry.
coming down the pipeline to look into living.
Yeah, like interviewing
Oh, I
roommates and
see.
stuff.
It's coming down
So,
the pipeline.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I need to be more clear on that, but yeah, that's if we have potential matches. You're like, hey, Rod, we got anybody coming down the pipeline? No.
So how is this potential match is finding you? Is there a website that they're going through or?
To be honest, I really don't know. I mean, I know to an extent. I know my service coordinator, Rob Goddard, is always looking for potential mentors. But other than that, I really don't know. I don't really know a whole lot of information on that.
Okay.
But
There's a committee that the agency has, it's in the No, it's a service coordinator.
It's a, yeah, it's a service coordinator.
Okay.
So do you not have to wait until your number comes up if you're wanting to move out soon, or?
For you mean for like the waiting list for waivers?
Yeah.
It would depend on what waiver they have, like I said, with the level 1 waiver. Alex has an IO waiver, which is the bigger waiver, so he's.
Yeah, you gotta have a waiver, and let me tell you, the earlier I know this from experience, the earlier you start, like, let's say you keep 2 or 3, I'm not kidding, 2 or 3, you wanna start that kid on that waiver. If you wait any later, you're gonna be waiting for a long time.
He was kindergarten, and he's 22 now.
Yeah, start now if you can, if you already haven't. So.
There are some private pays.
I'm not ready for that yet, but Ian talks about that every now and then. I'll move it out.
Like for example, I think I was like maybe 17, 18 when I applied for an IO waiver. I didn't get started till, oh Lord, probably about 22, 23. Really didn't start clicking in. So yeah, I was one of the luckier ones to not have to wait so long. But nowadays, you guys say get on there as soon as you can, because you might be waiting a while. Any other questions?
How do you manage transportation to and from?
Very good question. I was just on that transportation today. Cargo transportation. You guys, yeah, clap for them. Yeah, they do a wonderful job, and because of them, I have 0 points on my record. So yeah. But yeah, so. Cargo transportation run by Sharon. I report my work schedule every week, and work today from wind to wind. And they put it down on the computer, and they show up and get me, and I just go. And they actually brought me here so I could speak to you guys tonight. So thank them for that too. Hello.
So, is that a service that's through the county?
I don't, you can, wherever, it's based out of one county, I'm not Mason, and if you need to go to Westchester, and it's not in one county, they'll take you anywhere, they'll take you to Dayton.
Somebody said was that the one that's $2 each way?
No, that comes out of your waiver, they do $20 round trip. You're thinking of one county transit. I believe they charge $1 and $1.50 each way or something.
Is it the same kind of thing where you set up your schedule and then they pick you up and drop you
We're
off?
county transit that only runs from like 6 in the morning to 6 at night, Carrier runs 24/7.
So if he got a job, since we're in
Now, I used to
he got
have
one in Montgomery County, a job, and will they take him across county lines?
Carrier.
Yeah, Cargo will take you anywhere within, they'll go outside of Warren County. They'll take you to Dayton,
Their
they'll
bill
take you.
is, you have to pay out of pocket if you haven't got your waiver services, right?
They do private pay.
They do a
Private pay.
Wonder how much that is. Because he's looking at and interviewing now, and a lot of the jobs are in Montgomery County and different places, and I'm like,
So yeah, they'll pretty much take you anywhere, and they are very, very good. So if you have, I would recommend you to jump on board with them. Because they have excellent drivers, they're very, very nice, they treat you like you're their own family, it's great. Best transportation I've ever been on. So. Any other questions?
Right here. You
Hello.
had- You had said that you have a transportation student from work. How about social activities and stuff
So,
like that?
yeah, social activities, what I referred to earlier. If like mine went on one time in a weekend, I can pretty much do what, I can pretty much do whatever I want as long as I let the caretakers know, hey, this is what we're gonna do, Okay, let's do caretakers, my caregivers, they take me to where, like for example, this past weekend, I had a wedding.
Okay.
So they took me to the wedding. They took me to the rehearsal dinner, and then I would step for the night with my buddies, and I was good. I was good to go. And then after the wedding, they just came and picked me up. Whatever you need to have done, they will do. So if you want to go do something fun, or you need to go to the grocery store, or like I used to have to go to Middletown all the time because I used to be an independent wrestler. So I would go and do these shows. They would take me to the show. Then I would tell them what time the show would be over, be here around this time. They would pick me up. Boom, I would head home. Good time, right? So, at least in my opinion it was. But yeah, whatever your kid desires or feels like doing, live life to their normal extent. They will help you. So, yes.
What agency are you using for your care providers?
Pardon?
What agency are you using for your care providers?
I'm using, dude, I can't even remember my own company's name. How sad is that? I'm using, there's business, what's my company's name? I can't think of it right now. There's Business Matters, there's COI, there is,
Highest expectations.
yeah, thank you. I'm going blank right now. Sorry. Yeah, I'm using Highest Expectations, and there's several companies you can use. They're pretty much there's several different companies you can use. It just depends on which one you want to use. So I just got plugged in with Highest Expectations and been there ever since. And because I love my staff and they've been good to me, so I don't plan on leaving them anytime soon. So, yeah. So, yes.
Alex, do you do your own budgeting or do you have staff that assist you with that?
Do I do my what?
Budgeting, do you do that yourself or do you have staff that will assist with that?
I'm sorry, I can't.
I was asking, do you do budgeting yourself or do you have staff that assist with budgeting?
I have, I'm sorry, I didn't do that. What?
Who assists you with paying your bills? Do you do that yourself? Or do you have someone that, a company or your staff assists you with paying your bills?
I pretty much do the laundry and they do the cooking and all that good stuff, so. But,
The money, paying your bills?
who's paying my bills?
Yes.
You do
Oh,
that?
me, I do it with I do it with a system, but,
But that's not
my
always
mother helped me with them, but it's actually me paying the bill, but yeah, she keeps track of them because I am poor, and that's okay too. If your kid's horrible at math like me, they'll either have you can either help your kid pay his bills, or you can leave it in the hands of the company. Now, I prefer the mother to do it because she was a teacher, so she knows what she's doing. Yeah, I'm not very good at math, so I do prefer assistance and all that good stuff. So, but I stay on top of it. So, hey, your cable bill's getting too high. What are you buying this for? Really? Did it cost that much? Yeah. Just good stuff. So, but any other questions I can assist anybody with? Yeah.
You're in a duplex.
Pardon?
You're in a duplex, you live in a duplex, and then the duplex is in, a community with
Yeah.
other duplexes. Are they all for special needs people? Or-
Actually, yeah, my whole neighborhood, my whole neighborhood is kind of a duplex, yeah.
Okay, all
My
special
whole,
needs?
my whole area that I live in is a duplex.
Okay, no.
Alex, are you referring to your street?
Yeah, my whole street, I'm sorry. Yeah, my whole street.
You're in the community living with,
Yeah.
you have several neighbors that do not have disabilities, is that right?
Yeah. Oh, well, Ellen, make sure you tell Jay that I love him, because he's a part of it too. He gets me to work on time too, so give him a thumbs up for me. So, Jay is also part of Cago. So I'm gonna give props to him for making my life a whole lot easier. So, but yeah, good time. Good time. Anybody else have any questions?
So, Alex, when you live on your own, when you're living with someone, I mean, you have a couple people, you said you might get another person in. When you have multiple people living in the same area, in the same apartment, how do you guys work out like the groceries? Do they buy their own and you have this cabinets for this person, or do you guys just say this is all the list we need and we all go together and buy it once, or separately, or?
You know what? I ran into that was one of my very first problems. I actually, cause you know, you have one big fridge that can very easily get confused of who's in what. So I told her, my mother, I said, Mom, I gotta get me a fridge because you know, I'm taking their stuff, they're taking my stuff. I mean, I gotta keep my stuff separate. So for a while, we had our stuff together, and then I couldn't take it anymore, so I went out and I went and got a new fridge. But yeah, second part of your question, we have our own shelves to keep stuff separate. He's on one side and I'm on the other, so there you go. Anything else? I guess I'm good to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're very
Thank you
welcome.
for coming out. That was very nice, thank you.
Thank you.
Very informative.
Yep.
So with that, I mean, we've taken this whole year of transition. I mean, this is great. I mean, you know, what are your goals for your child? Where are you going with them? You know, living independently, you know, I would hope would be something you'll be considering for your son or daughter as they grow, you know, whether they stay with you at home or attempt to go independently. But with this whole year, we've gone from everything from, you know, going through the DD services, the OOD services, you know, taking you through all different services that are available, Social Security, and you have the schedule for next year. We're going to try to touch on some of the main things again. Services once again. And we'll be having like an attorney come out as well and speak on the guardianship. It's going to be different this year. We're going to try an employer-employee panel. We had a parents panel this year. We're going to try to get an employer, an actual hiring employer, and what they see as potential employees. So, you know, we're going to try to take it again from beginning to give a broad range for the transition lifestyle. So with that, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. We started Facebook. I don't know, how many have been on Facebook yet? Have you seen it on Facebook yet? Please go out and, you know, just like it, take a look at it. If you're not a Facebook person, I still will be sending stuff out by email. But Facebook is a great way to see upcoming events. I'll post anything over the summer I see or hear that's going on. Any of it, there's like webinars and seminars still going on all summer long, activities. So, you know, check out Facebook. Anything I put on Facebook, I do send through email too. So I make sure everybody gets the information as long as I have your email. But please check that out as well. So I guess with that, we're pretty much finished. I hope you had a good year. We're looking forward to another year next year and trying to get as much information to you all as possible. Now you have your books to organize with your transition meetings. And hopefully I gave you some ideas for other aspects of this journey. So we're pretty much finished. If you guys have any questions for me or any further.
Actually, I do want to ask something.
Yeah.
We're hearing about people who speak, because kids were in transition or just in a transition or whatever. What I want to know is where do we find these transportation people that transport them back and forth, or how do we go about finding them? Because I did try to get on the
be with Warren County, I would probably just have you start with the DD services to find out who they're using or who is successful and what they're using. Like do you have a caseworker or who you work with in DD? I would start there, or ask your SSA, whoever you're working with. See who they use. I'm not sure who's for transportation in this area, who is popular with. Do you have a popular one that's from public care? Yeah.
What was the name of it?
Cargo.
Carego, C-A-R-E-G-O.
Correct.
Is that found on the site for Warren County Board of DD, on the website itself? Do they have a section where they would have any of these links?
For the transportation providers, no, usually people do go through their SSA or through their transition coordinator.
That may be something I can get the website for and share out there too. If I can get the website for that, the transportation. Yeah. So if I will get a link for that or the website and put it all on. I want to start with this, with the resource sheet. I'm going to try to add providers this year, and I'll try to add transportation in there as well, because that's kind of that's a stage of transition that as you get into the older transition, and it becomes a big questionable area, who you can count on or who you can interview or check out. So, is there any other questions?
You said you were late in getting started.
Yeah.
What do you think is the optimum time to?
I have some parents in Montgomery, their children are very young. I mean, they have 8 and 9. They're coming to the transition meeting so they can get started. But your time frame is starting around 13, 14. 14 is really the start of transition stage. But you can get started anytime, really, going into that middle school area, 13, 12, 13, 14. If you want to start collecting information, is fine. You can always start early. We were like 17, 18 getting started, so we were like way in, and it was really chaotic. So the earlier you start, the better. But starting anytime is better than never starting at all, And the DD services, for Warren County is here. I mean, we would get you in contact, contact them, get started with them to begin with, and they'll help guide you through as the steps. That's what happened with us. We started with S.A.L.T, and they connected us with the DD services. And then from there, we expanded into what we needed to be eligible for and where we needed to go and all the testing we had to go through to get to the destination we needed. So if you haven't started with someone at Warren County, if you're within Warren County, starting with their DD services, I'd highly recommend starting there. Coming to transition, we have all these people coming as well, and you get to see them face to face or talk to them face to face with all these different areas that we have going on each night. Now, we'll always have someone from, Brittany will be here from, with Transition for Warren County, for the transition coordinators, and all this. We always have some caseworkers here as well. They can always help answer your questions and guide you too. So,
I have the phone number to take care of if you want the lights to happen. It's 513-773-6936.
6936.
Yes. And the owner name is Sharon Warner.
are there any other questions? Anything that we've shown? Again, if you think of any questions over the summer, I'm checking my emails all summer long. I'm still working on this all summer long. So feel free to email me anytime. I'll answer you as soon as I see it. I'll get back to you, that day or within a day or two. And I look forward to next fall, starting up in September. You guys have the schedule, and again, I really highly recommend coming out and hearing Jessie speak. She gives another twist to what is available and what you can do, like even within your community. So, and again, check out Facebook, and thank you for coming, and we'll see you in September.